I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we're gonna be doing a nice little interesting painting that I hope you could follow along with me. If not, you could pull out the old easy chair and just watch this video. Let me run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with me. While you're doing that, let me tell you what I got done up here. I have a 16 by 20 inch canvas, pre-stretched, double prime, and I added a thin layer of the liquid white. All it does is makes it slick, wet, ready to go. We can get started with today's painting. Now, I'm gonna take my 2-inch brush straight into phthalo blue. Nice, strong phthalo blue. Maybe a little, very little, small touch of sap green. Phthalo blue, sap green. There, let's come up here. You could see that little sap green coming out. There we go. Just slightly. Just by doing crisscross strokes, everything will come right together. There we go. Now, let's go into a little bit more phthalo blue. Tap both sides of the bristles. Let's come up here just a little darken corner. Every painting of mine I kind of darken the corners. It's just a habit. Now, a little bit of sap green, a little bit of phthalo blue. Make sure it's well incorporated into your brush before you even go on canvas. Now, let's come up here. Let's add some water. There. There we go. Let's do the same thing for the other side. Just tapping into more paint on my bristles. Make sure you don't overdo it with the green. The green's a strong color. Now, people might say, well, phthalo blue is a strong color. Yeah, but two strong colors, which one will come out alive? Gotta be careful with both. There, right around here. And just lightly go across. I don't want too much light going through the center. Now, let's go ahead. No clouds today, but let's just remove any brush strokes first off. Now, let's go into my 1-inch brush, a little cadmium yellow, and midnight black. Maybe a little sap green. There. Let's come up here. And let's just create what's going to be some land. There. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. I'm feeling we're gonna have some land here popping out a bit. That's a big commitment there. Now, let's go ahead. I thought we could do like a lagoon or like a pond, a river, I don't know. Something including like water and trees. There we go. There. Just slightly. And actually, we can reflect that down to the water. Water is like a mirror. It reflects everything. Oops. I've added black on here onto my brush. Just try to keep them pretty accurate. Doesn't have to be perfect. Try to make it wherever you were to look, it would be. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. There. Notice how I did the little path from top. Now, with my 2-inch brush, lightly gonna pull down, very lightly, and go across. Let's go ahead. Let's mix up a brown color. We need brown. I keep forgetting to put dark cyan on my palette. Some alizarin crimson and sap green. But it's good to mix up colors because then you learn what colors give you what and how they react. So in a way it's good, but for me, not the best because I want to record the videos pretty quickly and not have to mix up this color. A little bit of black in there. There. There's like a nice Van Dyke brown color. Pile up that paint. Let's go into with my flat brush and let's decide. Maybe our first tree lives right here. Shoom. And our second tree lives here. You just decide how many trees or how many little you want. There. We all think differently, so don't put the amount of trees I do if you don't want to. Okay, I think that looks good. Now, let's put in a tree over here. Shoo. There's a big one. Not trying to make you guys fall asleep now. Just slightly. There. Maybe it's in the water. And that tree's gonna need a branch. I'm gonna put leaves. I already can see it. Boom. Okay. There we go. And maybe. Shoom. There. Let's add in another tree trunk over here. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. There. Now I think our light source would come from this side and to here. And actually I want this tree to have a bigger base. There we go. That tree could be small. Okay, I think that looks good. If you guys don't like it, you can change it up to however you want. Just adding a few little limbs or tree chunks to hold up our leaves that I'm gonna put in there. I want leaves. Give me some leaves on these trees. There. There we go. Okay. Load up my brush a bit more. And zoom. There we go. Just lightly. And a little bit more paint. Let's make this tree bigger. We can always change it. There's no commitment. I think the branches are bigger than that tree right now. There we go. So we have ourselves some nice trees going on there. Now, let's take on some brown. Let's get a little bit of white just to highlight those trees. Gotta have their highlights going into that same color, just with a little bit of white. And let's come up here and zoom. Too dark. Gotta test your colors out and see if they're too dark, too light. Okay. How about now? Perfect. And if I want them more subdued, I can always just blend it in more with that paint, and it'll be like it was never there. There we go. Very lightly. Shoom, doom, doom. Doom, da, doom, da, boom. There. Sorry, I know when I hit the mic, it makes a weird sound. But my brush is just so big, when I go across to load it, just hits it time to time. Sorry. Okay, a little bit here. Boom. Something so simple. There. A little bit on these tree trunks or branches or whatever you want to call them. I'm just a painter. I don't know what type of trees there are. There. See, when I started painting, since I didn't go camping or anything, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't grow up going camping or whatever, I never got to see these places. And now that friends and family have been inviting us to go camping or hiking or whatever, I've been able to see places like this, and it just blows my mind. Like, of course, you have an idea, but it's different when you see it in person. You're just like, wow. Some black and some, that same brown color with a little bit of black. Let's come up here. Let's do the main one first. Just some shadows. There. There we go. Boom. Okay. A little bit on the branches. We're gonna cover these up with leaves, but it has to have shadows and lights. Boom. There we go. There. Shoom. Very lightly. Just a small indication. I'm not worrying too much about it since we're just gonna cover it up anyways with leaves. Some trees I do want to add more details, but I just have to remind myself, hey, I'm gonna cover it with leaves. You can always just leave the trees like so. Just make them pointy at the top. Make it look like they're meant to be, but I have the idea of making these trees with leaves. I feel like the water would bring out some leaves in these trees and just make them so pretty. There. Okay, enough of that. I was getting too much with that. A little bit of midnight black, a little bit of sap green, and yeah, just a little bit of both. And just add in a couple little leaves. This is what I meant, so that's why I didn't want to add too much detail. There we go. Of course you would see through some of it, but you wouldn't see all the detail. A little bit more of that cover. There. Just tap in however the leaves seem right to you. You can make them all funky, you can make them look nice, and all up to you. Okay. There. I think those, since they're two together, we start to lose that leaf shaped look like this one. I'll try to bring it back with the highlights. Gotta hide where the tree stops. If not, people will call you out on it. A little bit of sap green and cadmium yellow. And slightest touch of liquid white. There. Let's come up here. Just highlight these little leaves. I'm gonna think of each little leaf individually. Leave a little bit of shadow. A little bit more green. Change up the tone a bit. Okay. Like so. There. Shoo. Right here, few little leaves which shine through. go. Isn't that just wonderful? How you can make trees come out of nowhere. Okay. There. These I'm not putting too much attention. That one I was putting my attention because it's right in front. Okay. There. Just a few little highlights. I know the light's coming this way, so right now I'll give it a little extra highlight. Okay, pure cadmium yellow, so that shines a bit more. Ooh. There. Few little sparklers. Okay. Just like so. There we go. That's simple. You have yourself lots of trees. There. Let me grab some titanium white. Cut a row. Mix that in. Couple little water lines. Just a little bit. A few indications. Now, let me load up my 1-inch brush back with that cadmium yellow. And just, boom, block it in. There we go. Okay. A little bit of phthalo blue, just to give it that nice greenish color. There. Let's cover up this one. There we go. A little bit more cadmium yellow. There. Just reflecting that into our water. Lightly pull down. And then go across ever so gently. Now, I'm pretty sure most of you know this trick already, but what I'm going to do is go into some very, very dark color. I'm using the flat brush. You could use a filbert, whatever brush you feel confident. And I'm going to take it one side through light color. Now the light color has to be facing up for this to work, and you can make tons and tons of little rocks and does all your shadows and highlights in one. Maybe it lives right around there. There, let's plop in some rocks to hold this up. There we go. Just load up your brush. You can put as many or as little as you want to. There. Just putting in a couple little rocks here and there. Let me get a little bit of liquid white. I'm gonna do a mixture of titanium white and liquid white. Cut a row. There. Just a few little water lines. Try to keep these lines pretty straight. There we go. A few little ripples here and there. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and reflect some of this down here with our 2-inch brush for the water and sky. Just pull down lightly and then go across. Gotta add our water line. This is what will separate it. There. How much time are we at? 27. I'm almost done with this. Let's go into a little bit of midnight black. And let's come up here. There. Let's connect it actually. Let me highlight. There. There we go. And we need, you guessed it, another big tree right around here. Shoom. Okay, gonna take my brush through midnight black. There. Okay, a little bit of our brown color. There. Shoom. There we go. A little bit more darker. Here. Here. I think that's good. Let's go into our highlights. Lightly highlight it. Very lightly. I'm not gonna add shadows on this one. It's already pretty dark. Okay, now let's get 1-inch brush. Just pure midnight black, and just plop it in. There. Maybe there's some leaves just right out there. A little bit of cadmium yellow. This will blend in with the ones in the back. Okay, just very lightly. I added a little bit of liquid white just so it could stick on better. There. It'll stand out here. There. There we are. Okay, let's add a little bushy looking plants right here in the base. Little water lines here and there. You can add as many or as few water ripples. And I think with that, it concludes today's painting. I really hope you enjoy this painting and try this painting out. It's a nice simple one, and I hope you find success if you try this painting out. I can't wait to see each and every one of you in the next video. And until then, I wish you luck. Goodbye.